So, just very quickly, I wanted to talk about practical philosophy. I'm pretty sure I'm stealing that from some sort of self-help book or something, but I, I'm just trying to think about how, you know, the project of trying to read a good representative smattering of philosophical texts over the last 5 years, has it actually, provided me with any use? Um, I would certainly say yes. I think there's a great use in defining terms, for example. If you're in an argument, and I don't mean a row, but an actual argument, defining terms is very useful. Now I know you can get very pedantic about it, and you can remain kind of aloof or from interacting with the conversation because you can just get very picky about definitions. So you know, very dare I say it, sophistry. But if you have a kind of a tolerance for some sort of minor difference when defining terms, then you can definitely start moving on to something more productive. Um, and again, not really even just for argument, but for your own kind of helping you refine your own thoughts just when you're thinking something through. That's probably the biggest value for me I found. Again, it's hard not to sound like a complete pretentious git saying stuff like that, but I think it's certainly true for me anyway. So yeah, philosophy for that one. You could start going then into the very specific, branches of philosophy. Does epistemology or ontology or teleology help you on a daily basis? It would be hard to say that it specifically does, but that mode of structured thought is present in all those fields, and it certainly can be drawn on. What to read? Though it pains me to say it, A.C. Grayling's History of Philosophy is actually quite a decent read if you can strip out his sanctimonious proselytizing in it. And he frames the beginning of the book saying he's taken great pains to not comment on the relative merit of whichever strand of Western philosophical thought he's talking about, but he really does. We're getting a great accompaniment of rocks tumbling into the sea over there. Sounds absolutely awesome. So, I am. If it was just like a summary text you wanted to read, I wouldn't have a major problem with that, and it's by all accounts a big old improvement on Bertrand Russell's or whatever his landmark publication on the history of philosophy was. And beyond that, well, like I said, my main focus really over the last couple of years has been trying to understand critical theory. So I'm subjecting myself to the old Frankfurt School there to a certain amount, or communist philosophical thinkers. I'm finding Louis Althusser, who is not part of the Frankfurt School, in case anyone thinks I think that he is more readable than I expected, and the essays as well. So that's a bit better. But yeah, just a quick one anyway, and it's pretty interesting, and I encourage anyone to dabble. Okay, thanks for listening.